What is up, Film Geeks? My name is Trevor and welcome to my channel. Game of Thrones, The House of the Dragon comes out in just a couple of days. And in honor of House of the Dragon coming out, I thought it'd be the perfect time to share with you my top 10 favorite Game of Thrones characters. A personal favorite list. It's going to be much different than yours, but I would love to know your list down below in the comment section. Who is your favorite Game of Thrones character and why is it Joffrey? Just tell me why. Hit that like button, subscribe button, come back every Sunday because we're going to be covering House of the Dragon extensively. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a beat, and let's hop into this. So starting this list off at number 10 is going to be Tormund, Giant's Bane. And at first, Tormund and Jon Snow are butting heads, but they almost become brothers and like best friends throughout the show. And Tormund in the beginning is that wildling who's very skeptical of the crows, but Tormund is absolutely hilarious. Every time he's on screen, he has me laughing my ass off, and he's absolutely badass, and I love this character. And if they want to do a spin-off with the wildlings, I would love Tormund to be the star of that. I think it'd be awesome. At number 9 is going to be Samwell Tarly. Look, Sam had a great journey through Game of Thrones, and he was always the most likable character every time he was on screen. He was the first person to kill a White Walker. He falls in love with Gilly. He raises little Sam, and he becomes the Grand Maester. Sam's journey was epic. It was awesome. Honestly, it was kind of inspiring. Someone who wasn't supposed to be there made it through the end. I mean, come on. It was awesome. At number 8 is going to be Jorah Mormont. This guy got the worst end of the stick. He always loved Daenerys, and he wanted to serve her and be with her. He never got to be. He had the grayscale all over him, and then he dies in season 8, man. I love Jorah. I thought he's a very noble, badass character, and he was played so well. And when he dies for Daenerys in season 8, I mean, like, that's the way he would have wanted to go. I'm glad they went out that way. People can hate on season 8 all they want, but I think this is definitely one of the sadder and biggest highlights of that season. I think it's so far pretty good. At number 7 is going to be Ned Stark. Look, he only had the first season until he got decapitated, and Arya and Sansa saw it happen, and Joffrey's little sadistic ass made it all happen. I want to see a Game of Thrones prequel about this House Stark with Ned Stark, Sean Bean playing him, because Ned Stark was one of the most awesome characters, and I wish we had more of him. The younger Ned Stark and the older Ned Stark went to King's Landing when Cat told him not to. Like, don't do it. He did it anyway, and he got beheaded, but he's a very noble man. And he raised his kids so well. He was that noble father that you could look up to as like a hero. And Ned Stark, honestly, he deserved better. Let's be real. At number 6, going to be Sir Bronn of the Blackwater. Now, Bronn is a hilarious character, but also very badass character, and honestly very wise. He always got looked over for like how smart he was. When it came to fighting, like in season 2, when he stood up for Tyrion, he's like, I'll fight for the imp. And then he ends up becoming friends with Tyrion, and then he ends up becoming friends with Jaime. I think he becomes Lord of Highgarden by the end of the show. Bronn was always an awesome, badass character with very funny lines. He's very witty and charming, and Bronn, I wish we got more of him in season 8, but what we got of him throughout the show, I always enjoyed. Breaking us into the top 5, at number 5 is going to be Jaime Lannister, the Kingslayer. Now, he's in love with Cersei. It's a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie to you. Jaime's arc and story and journey was absolutely awesome. I loved his performance. I loved every time he was on screen, and he died in his love of his life's arms at the very last season. Jaime was always a character I gravitated towards just because he always looked out for Tyrion when no one else did, and their brother relationship always hit hard for me, and he was a very likable, charming, kind of an asshole character all at the same time. I love him for it. At number 4 is going to be Jon Snow. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Jon Snow is one of the most complex, awesome, badass characters throughout the entirety of Game of Thrones, and they're supposed to be doing a spin-off show with Jon back at the Wall, which I am all on board for. But in the beginning seasons, Jon was kind of always the neglected. You're gonna go to the Wall and kind of go frolic and do your thing, but then it comes out that he is the rightful heir to the 7 kingdoms, to the Iron Throne. He works with Daenerys in the Battle of the Bastards. He gets the wildlings and the crows to be together, something that's never been done before. He's noble, he's badass, and easily one of the best characters in Game of Thrones history. At number 3 is going to be Sandor Clegane, the Hound. The Hound to me was always hilarious, but also misunderstood, and that's why I think I liked him so much. And he was very mean, but mean for good reason, and his journey is one of, again, the most brutal. He looks out for Arya, he gets the hell kicked out of him by Bran, and he dies by fighting the mountain in the Clegane Bowl in season 8, easily one of the best parts of season 8. Sandor Clegane's journey was absolutely insane. While lots of people looked at him as a villain, I looked at him as an anti-hero. Come down to the wire, people. At number 2, who's it gonna be? Tyrion Lannister. Now, Tyrion was always one of my favorite characters throughout the show, if not my favorite, and he continued to deliver every single season. He was funny, he was witty, and that's what he does. He drinks and he knows things. He didn't have the physical attributes to be a soldier or to really thrive in this world, but he had the mind to do so. He used that to his advantage. His knowledge made him be a great hand to the king or to the queen of Daenerys, and he takes her pretty much to the next level. When you have him in your corner, you know pretty much all is going to be okay because he knows the game so well. Didn't have the physical attributes, but had the mental attributes, and he drinks and he knows things. But at number 1 is going to be none other than Ramsay Bolton. I mean, I love Ramsay. I'm totally kidding. Not at number 1. It's actually going to be Joffrey. Joffrey was the shit, man. In all seriousness, it's Arya Stark. Arya Stark's journey was definitely the weirdest because she became like the faceless man and she had to go down this journey where she didn't have her eyesight, and then she got her eyesight back, and then she wanted to go and kill everyone. But Arya had some of easily the best moments in Game of Thrones history.
Leave one wolf alive and the sheep are never safe.
She gets redemption for her family from the Red Wedding, and to when she constantly has his name on her list, but goes on this journey that she isn't a lady. She wants to be a knight. She wants to fight like she always has, and she's awesome, and she's badass, and I want to see a spin-off of Arya Stark, bring Maisie Williams back to go and find out what's west of Westeros, because that's where she leaves off. No one knows where she's going to go. I have chills even thinking about it. She's easily my favorite Game of Thrones character, and her storyline was one of my favorite, even though it was definitely the weirdest. Let me know your top 10 Game of Thrones characters down below in the comments section. Hit that like button, subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any Game of Thrones content coming up. Every single Sunday we'll be covering House of Dragon, and man, I am ready for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon.